I've always wanted a swimming pool, and especially now that I've got my young son and beautiful wife, it's been an obsession of mine to upgrade our dreary drab garden with a swimming pool for us all to enjoy with our friends in the summer months. But not only that, I want to make this swimming pool as cost effective and efficient as possible, but also to save money on the costs of the build. I need to do all of it on my own, learning lots of it from scratch. In this series of videos, you will follow us along the way through the highs and the lows, from the first scratch of the digger to when we hopefully enjoy the swimming pool with our friends. But also you'll be able to learn the processes, preparation and application of the methods I had to use to make a DIY fully heated swimming pool in my own garden. So let's go. So I laid these canes out roughly where I thought I'd want to put the swimming pool. And then after a while, in my dreamlike state, I also decided to make up a nice little picture of it as well online. But I realised that the problem with having the pool there would be that when I wanted to get into my shed, I would have to walk around the pool every time I'd have to do it. And all the work that I do in the shed as well, all that dust and grime would all come out and go everywhere. So it was a far better idea to put the pool on the other side of the garden, have a small plant room unit at the top left-hand corner, run our pipes and inlet over so the pool flowed that way, and our returns back to the inlets like that. Next, all I needed to do was research what I wanted to make the pool out of, to make it fully insulated and highly efficient, find loads of it cheap and on eBay, and go and pick it up. Meet ICF wall panels. Oh, I just brought all that back from Sheffield. At 50 miles an hour the whole bloody way home. I'll show you this very soon, how we're going to fit it. It doesn't look like walls. It's a little bit bent. That's what happened when you bait of an Irishman called Paul off eBay. We are using a thing called ICF, that's insulated concrete forms. So we've got an incredibly good U value for the pool. I've already actually been able to set out in a sort of block way the rough size of the pool, which is about 2.8 metres that way, maybe nearly 3 metres, and then about 5.5 metres this way, okay? Now, as you can see, what we have here, we've got about 100 mil of insulation, 125 mil of cement is going to go in here, or concrete, sorry, and then we've got about another 75 mil of insulation on the outside. When it comes to the actual install as well, this is going to be the orientation of the pool. At that end there, we'll have our skimmer, then we'll have a drain there, and a drain there. It's really important to have 2 drains because then you don't get entrapment, people having their hair caught. There have been a few people very, very sadly drowned by the fact that there wasn't 2 drains, and the incredible suction of the pool pump has held them underwater and they've sadly drowned. So there's regulations in place now to make sure that we don't do that. And also it's really, really good just to have more suction than's needed. I don't know why, I just imagine it's good. So yeah, skimmer's going to be over there, suction and suction. We'll have a return somewhere about here and a return here. I've really struggled with some of the terminology of the pool industry because a return for me is actually water being returned to the pool. I would call that the flow, and I'd call the suctions back a return, but it doesn't matter. Let's have a look at the scoping out of the job and the actual dig itself. So I've obviously measured the width of that and the depth of that, including the cavities of the wall. And we've actually started just doing a cursory kind of look as to where we're going to be installing this. So it's going to run across here, the pool is, and then you can see there's a little line there. It's going to come all the way down here. And then if we look around here, this is the actual edge of the, well, this isn't actually the finished edge of the pool, this is the outside of the wall. You've got to remember the wall is about 300 mil wide and our tiles will sit straight on top of that, okay? And what that means is once we've got our finished wall size on the outside, just down here, it means that the pool starts 1 metre away from our boundary, which is what we have to do according to regs. When it comes to the digging of the area, as you can see, my whole house is a complete tip at the moment and my wife is like, what the hell are you doing? Sometimes I wonder that myself, but there we go. But at the moment, I'm fairly confident I'm going to be able to get this done. Everything that we get out of here, I'm going to be able to use as hardcore and building up for the patio that's going to go around the pool at the end of the job. So look, let's have a look at the hole and our heights and depths. The finished height of the pool is actually going to be in line with that lower step just there. What we need to make sure of in the world of regulations is if you don't want to need to get planning permission to do this sort of work, any building up of your soil area cannot be above 30 centimetres at the highest point. So we're well under it there. We're going to ridge up the end there with 2 sleepers. I'll show you in a sec. And that will make sure that all our spoil that we take out, we'll be able to hopefully use in this area around here to build up and get our lovely patio installed around the swimming pool. But also, a lot of you are going to go, well, bloody hell, I mean, how are you going to get into your shed anymore? 300 mil there, and then 300 mil there. So this bit here is all going to be patio all the way around here, and it's going to join up exactly in line in height with those lower steps there. When it comes to the pool plant, the main pool plant area is going to be up here. So we're going to have an air source heat pump somewhere up there. And then we're going to have a nice little box home as well for the sand filter, the pump, and also a manifold. So as I said, I want the pool height of the water to be 1.4 meters high. Perfect for me little boobies. Our pad and also our reinforced pad for the wall weight will be poured all at the same time. So I'm digging a little bit deeper around the outside. We'll then put our reinforcing rods up through that pad, ready to receive the wall when we pour that later on in the job. The other thing we need to do is make sure that we account for our coping brick stones over the top. The reason I'm putting them in is because we have a very small liner lock that's going to be holding our liner and the weight of the water when this job is finished and completed in God knows how long. Then our paving stones will sit over the top of that, locking it all nicely in. We're going to be putting insulation sheets in at the bottom because the earth never really gets above kind of 10 degrees even in the summer at that level, and then that will lock in perfectly with the insulating properties of our ICF walls as well, making this swimming pool ridiculously good at retaining its heat. After that, I'll put an underlay in and our liner will lay in the bottom, loop round and lock in at the top. So I have to dig our hole for our pool with all of that in mind. Maybe you could use this as your new little sleeping area, your new bassinet teddy. Ooh, little digger teddy. Would you like to get in a digger? Yeah, bruv. Mate, it's hard work out here in this English sunshine. My garden is a complete mess. That's the pool dig. That's the digger that broke down earlier today, and they've got to get an engineer out because its fuel solenoid won't lift, and it's right in the heart of the engine. I think they build the whole engine around the fuel solenoid. Yeah, so I've sorted out a liner with a liner company, which is good. Bits and pieces have been sent out. The garden is a complete mess. 10 days later, maybe, something like that. And finally, the pool is dug. My lovely little digger that I've put a golf trolley, a golf umbrella on. Yeah, now look where we are. Let me take 48 seconds to tell you that you can learn plumbing online in a fully structured course and curriculum designed by me from the comfort of your home or shed in your own time to improve your basic plumbing skills and knowledge. From the basics of how to use basic plumbing tools, how to turn the water off, how to join and bend copper pipe and waste pipe, to a fun skills test where you'll make your own test rig, which trainees and apprentices do at MBQ level. There's even a section on the top 5 plumbing jobs that I'll teach you along the way. You can ask questions in the discussion panel next to each lesson, plus get access to the Plumbing Essentials community where you can post pictures of your work and talk about the course and learn from your peers. So if you're a young person looking to get into the industry, an apprentice who wants to brush up their skills, a DIYer interested in plumbing, or even a handyman looking to add plumbing to their services, then look no further than learnplumbingonline.com with yours truly from Plumber Parts. Anyway, back to the video. At the moment down there, we are just digging out the drain for one of the sumps. So there'll be a sump there and a sump there. Skimmer at this end, 2 jets that end. So we're just going to dig that out and get our pipes first fixed in the ground. It's important with these pipes, once we've got them laid in the ground, that we put pea shingle around them so they've got like separation from the chalk that's around them and the sort of compressed earth. Members to our channel will get early access to the next video, plus loads of other perks. Click the join button below. We fight multiple injuries. the Great British Weather. We prepared the pool base for installation, installing our damp-proof membrane, insulation, sump pipe work, reinforcement, all on a time limit because the concrete lorry could only make that one day. So come back for the next instalment of the swimming pool series, or as I said, you can watch it early if you're a member. Remember to hit subscribe, the like and comment below as to what you thought of this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Hold tight!